Next, excellent article from Business Insider. I thought this was fascinating. How to fix AI's branding problem, according to top marketers. So essentially, the article itself poses that right now AI is at a higher level has a branding problem. I agree with this. I feel like, I think people are so kind of, and we've talked about this, right? That, a lot of organizations are blaming AI for layoffs. Like, oh, it's, we had a workforce reduction and we're shifting, jobs for AI. Okay. And then we've also, the article talks about how, and I actually have heard it recently, a lot of college commencement speeches actually have booze. The keynote speakers will literally, the commencement speakers will talk about AI and its possibilities in the future and all these positive things, and all the students graduating are booing. And then we're not talking one or two universities, we're talking at a mass scale, seeing that. And then you hear, even things like the Pope coming out saying it's the greatest threat to humanity. I mean, look, the reality is, and I think people, in one sense, I kind of agree with them, but on the greater sense, I don't. Right now, AI is not any of those things, my opinion. It's a tool used to scale that allows people to do their jobs better, faster, better, more efficient. It's not a substitute for knowledge. It's I would say, an accelerator for it. And so, but I kind of agree with it. And it's kind of like the lessons that we have observed from social media over the years in the abuse of social media started, an analogy as a really kind of positive connecting people, right? And now it's at a point where it's, doesn't necessarily connect people, it divides people, and it's also used for entertainment at the same time, right? So it's almost like it's almost like seeing, for those of you, I'm going to date myself right now, like Jerry Springer on crack. Many times, right? It's a bad analogy, but you're laughing, Catherine. I know. John, you're not. It's okay.
No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know who Jerry Springer is.
Okay, I'm joking. The point is here, I think it does have a branding problem, and I think people, by and large, should say, okay, look, we do need some regulation. So, minds that are learning, for instance, children need the fundamentals as they're learning, as brains are developing, because that's a mistake that happened with too much screen time for children, right? And so, too much social media usage for brains that are developing at a young age. So I thought this was a fascinating article, Business Insider, one that I haven't seen necessarily yet. So it's a great read. So I definitely recommend everyone check it out. So what do you all think on that? Catherine, John?
One has to wonder who thinks poorly of AI. Is it people that are using it, or people who are too scared of it?
Good point.
Because in my mind, it's a tool just like anything else. Like, I'm thinking of cooking, right? It takes forever to chop a bunch of onions with just a knife. Mm-hmm. Or you could use a tool like a food processor on a rough chop setting, and it'll take seconds. How is AI any different? You can use it as a tool to enhance your workflow. I feel like the biggest dissenters against AI are the ones that aren't even using it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's like fear. Fear is there. Mm. Like, sometimes I'll speak to just, people I meet through just normal conversations in my personal life, and you mention AI and they're like, oh, they sigh. It's like that. They're like scared of it, that it's, it's kind of like, don't knock it until you actually use it and find its usefulness. Seriously.
Use it for your personal life, too. The very first thing I ever did on AI was upload a bunch of recipes into ChatGPT and tell it to make a shopping list, and it took 10 seconds. Instead of an hour it would have taken me to do it myself. It's like, true. Okay, you win, AI. I like it.
I know. John, what do you think? Your thoughts?
I think there definitely is a marketing issue, but I think it does go beyond that for a lot of people. There's definitely a moral issue to using AI in some cases, because you see data centers popping up in people's backyards, polluting their water, and that's a lot of people's main reason for not wanting to use it, because they don't want to support that happening
Right.
and all that.
Right.
So I think that at the moment, the main issue with AI is how inefficient it is, right?
Oh yeah.
So maybe those people who don't like it right now or don't like the product it produces might have an easier time using it in the future if it becomes far more efficient and it's not, intruding on people's lives in ways that negatively affect them. But that I feel like that is the main issue in the marketing issue for AI and why a lot of people are hesitant to use it.
Yeah, I agree. And actually, on a side note, because we could talk about this the entire podcast today, literally, we could talk about it all afternoon. But I think I did see something positive recently, that there was I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was a math equation that mathematicians have spent like 200 years trying to solve. I mean, we're talking like top mathematicians in the world, and AI was able to solve it in like a half an hour. And so in my mind, like, okay, let's focus on the positive, right? Like, what if in 5 years or 10 years, AI is able to literally help humans live longer, solve, health crises and viruses and diseases that have seriously. So I that's why for me, I see the possibilities are endless outside of applications of what we use it for work and business and what have you. I just think, I think eventually, as long as there are some guardrails and like you said, the efficiency gets better, which I think it will over time. I mean, I think they could help a lot.